Real first slide is this one, Catawba Meadows Park, and it was obvious that we just had so much silt and sand come in to the park. It was really just awesome to see that much. This is our shed for our equipment, our gators and our golf carts, and it's gone. Part of it's down the river. You can see the fencing on the far right that's caved in. A lot of that's obviously going to have to be repaired. Fencing on the upper left. Just the path itself. I'm not sure exactly how much silt and debris we got out of just the judges' parking lot. Was about 432 tons of silt just in that section. We had planned on 500 for total silt removal. We got that to probably 2,000 tons before it's all over with. I do have people calling me asking if they could have that sand and silt for their children's playground. We've informed them it's got gasoline in it, it's got glass in it, it may have body parts inside of it. So you just can't use that where children or even adults are playing, because it is hazardous materials in that soil. Here is, again, you can see on the upper right, that's our boardwalk. We had a vote Monday night to go ahead and demolish that and rebuild it, separated actually from the building. You can see Dollar General, the cars underwater there. And, it's just amazing how much water came through Morganton and down the river that day. Upper left is our where we take in, effluent from the wastewater treatment plant. This water line right there is how high it got up inside the building at the wastewater treatment plant. So those pumps had to be worked on. We had good cooperation with some vendors, and they were able to get those back up the day after Helene came through. So we were blessed to have good people who work with us to make sure that we had wastewater facilities to take care of all the wastewater, because whatever comes out of our system ends up downstream. And we wanted to make sure that we had as little bad effluent going out as possible. Here's a soccer complex. The one on the top is before Helene, and you can see what it looks like there. And so it really came in and did a number on the soccer complex. This is our estimate for damage to the city, $46 million. We think that's what it will take to fix those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 entities right there. And you can see the percentage of damage. You get paid, as I understand through FEMA, you get paid for different categories, and you get paid a different rate for debris removal versus water resources. And so we were very careful to try and put our damages in each category to make sure we get reimbursed for the right amount of money. Public Works, they're still going through some, but they really did well as far as cleaning the streets. Electric services, obviously, we were out electricity for quite some time. With pole removal, you could just see the damages everywhere. I think to some degree Asheville Street was probably the worst, and we had a crew that I believe to come in from Greenville, may have been Gastonia, and they fixed that whole street just in one day. They did not restring the pole, they just put new poles in and left everything else there. It was easier to go ahead and put new poles rather than try and fix the old poles laying in the street.
Mayor, it was
yes.
Greenville,
North Carolina, correct. They're part of Electric Cities, and their crew was super to go through there and fix that one street in one day. Compass Cable had issues, of course, again with the poles and the transmission. Water Resources, the water plant on the right, and we were really concerned about the water that was coming into the plant, because it had to be treated before it could be distributed to our citizens. Public Safety went out and did their stuff trying to keep folks safe. Mutual Aid, again, Greenville, Albemarle, Granite Falls, Drexel, Shelby, help me Sonia, those are part of Electric Cities. They all came in to help. We actually, our city management decided to feed them breakfast here every morning. And then for lunch, we would actually send box lunches out to them so they wouldn't have to come in. And then at 7 o'clock at night, they'd have dinner here. So it really worked out good. They got to stay on site. And most of them said if we have any more emergencies, they'd like to come back because the food is here good. And when they go to places, they're usually sleeping in tents. And so they said, we'll come back to Morganton just any time. And this is a quote that was said from one of our staff members when it just really looked overwhelming the third or fourth day, I guess. And they said, don't worry, Miss Sandy, we will build it back even better. So we really appreciate the staff, or I do, the staff, how well it worked together and got back online as quick as we did. Okay, that's the city's version of what happened. Now we're going to go into Parks and Recreation. These are the ball fields. As you can see, all that silt and stuff is in there. I do want to say, well, we'll get to Greenway in a minute. This is Freedom Park and the Greenway Parking, Independence Boulevard. It's all covered in silt. This is the open part of the Greenway. The green path up through here, all the way around, starts at Freedom Park, or parks at the Greenway, and down where Judges was, and you can come all the way out, and actually you can get that bridge right there and go to Freedom Park. And so that's the open part of the Greenway now, and that's the only part you need to go. If you're gonna walk or run or ride your bicycle on that part, I recommend you not wear brand new shoes because it will be dusty and could be muddy after the rain we had this morning. And so it's been blown as well as can be blown. It's been scraped as well as can be scraped, but everything else is closed. People have been saying we need to get on the Greenway, and people from the bicycle tracks and the footprints on the Greenway, they're going despite the fact that we tell them not to go. But this is actually approved and has been cleared as best we can if people really want to go in the Greenway and make that loop. Here's the park on the left before, and the park on the right with all the silt and debris. There's one of our ball fields there on the right, and it just, you can see the sediment and soil just is everywhere.
The defenses and the dugouts, were they taken down, or was that natural?
It was taken down.
They had to remove them.
They removed them.
Yeah, had to remove them. Again, you can see the ball fields, and it's just really sad because we have such a great recreation department. Usually have hundreds of kids signed up to do softball and baseball. The softball will be played at Gene Turner Park, and the baseball fields is going to be at Shuey, I believe. So there will be, and I think there's going to be, Sonia, 8 opening days because all the teams need an opening day. And I may need help throwing out the first pitch, Dalton, 3 times or 8 times. So anyway, we will have opening day for each of the teams. Here you can just see, it's just really depressing to see. You can see that we've sort of gotten that trail fixed going under the arch there. But it is, here's probably the most dramatic scene down there, and I'm not sure when that stretch will be open. Hopefully by the end of summer, but it's going to take some major work to get that section up near Grace Ridge open. But if you happen to go there tomorrow, you'll see bicycle tracks, and people have been back in there, and we just encourage people to stay away. We do have Drexel Park is open. Of course, Freedom Park is open. And so there are other places to go if you need to use the recreation facilities. The city crew, especially the recreation department, has been worked overtime just trying to get our facilities open because it is nature's playground, and that's a playground people want and need to use. Again, there's our equipment shed and the damage that was done there. We are not sure, Tyler, where the gators are. They're downriver somewhere, along with all the golf carts. So Again, back to that slide. Here's a close-up of the boardwalk, and it will be sometime before that, but we hope in the very near future that debris will be moved, and we'll have a contract and a contractor to come in and put a new greenway, maybe a new design on the greenway.